BLUELOCK Chapter 322 has released its official chapter with the match of BLUELOCK versus Nigeria currently underway. With only 15 minutes left in the first World Cup game, what is going to happen to close out this opening match? Well, in today's video, I'll be giving you my thoughts and opinions regarding the latest official chapter, being Chapter 322. Now, unlike my leaked videos, this video will be containing all accurate translations and high quality images. That way you guys can enjoy the chapter and the series in its truest form. And without further ado, let's just jump right into the chapter. The chapter begins with the stadium roaring in celebration of the match of BLUELOCK versus Nigeria as the announcers begin to commentate. The chapter is titled Chapter 322, Myself. The announcers say, only 15 minutes remain in the first match of the U20 World Cup. The new U20 team BLUELOCK Japan is holding a 3-0 lead, and now as the game winds down, we see at the bottom of the page that a substitution has been called, with number 4 being subbed out for number 96. They're swapping in 2 more players! We see that Corona and Raichi are swapping onto the pitch, and we get comments from Raichi and Corona. Shark. Yeah, let's go. Here comes Raichi-sama, the closer. Win, end it, end it. For their specific substitutions, we see that Corona is swapping in for Chigiri and Raichi is swapping in for Hiyori. Both Hiyori and Chigiri comment, it's all up to y'all now. Show 'em your fangs. We learn that a formation change has occurred, with BLUELOCK adopting a 5-4-1 formation. Isagi has dropped back to an offensive midfielder alongside Ryo. Bachara has dropped back to Hiyori's position as a wingback, Corona has taken Chigiri's place on the right side, and Raichi has joined Karasu as a defensive midfielder. Ego begins a small dialogue with Henri. 15 minutes left. The experiment is over. The kickoff begins with Onazi passing to Kuso as Raichi rushes into the current play, with Isagi and Rain joining him. Keep them at 0 BLUELOCK. We get a focus on Isagi's face as the text says, 44 days ago, Yoichi Isagi has closed in on his ego. We flash back to 44 days ago with Isagi's training from Ego as he stares at the letter and begins a monologue. With this special training that Ego gave me, the more I learn about the world's soccer. We get shots of Isagi staring at the TV watching a match, him reading over some material as he takes notes, and him flying on a plane. And we also get a cut to 2 professionals during a match as one scores a goal. The more my values get revised and more expansive. We just forward into the future to what I'm told is the Livers versus Manshan City match, as Isagi is surrounded by roaring fans and he continues his monologue. Soccer is so fun and fascinating. I can't wait to get back and test out the new me. As Isagi is monologuing, 2 kids next to him watch and celebrate the game. Alright, goal! Golazo, golazo! That's it. I'm gonna be a soccer player. Me too. I'll get the Ballon d'Or. He listens into the kids and their conversation. No, me. No, I will. As Isagi listens, he reflects back to his own childhood, where we see a younger Isagi crying on the couch. Come to think of it, why did I start playing soccer? As he cries, Isagi's mother comes over and tries to soothe him. I'm scared. Aw, Yo-chan, what's wrong? Crying again? Isagi's mom smacks a mosquito away from Isagi. It's okay, it's just a mosquito. His dad chimes in, holding up some tickets. Yoichi is scared of everything, huh? He even gets startled and cries over raindrops. What are we gonna do with him? Oh, I know. Let's all go to this as a family. I got tickets. Isagi stops crying and looks at his dad. Huh? To where? We transition to a soccer stadium where Isagi and his family view over the pitch from above, in awe of the scenery. A soccer stadium. The stadium roars in excitement over the current play. Isagi and his family sit against a bar, watching the stadium from above, but Isagi seems unamused. His parents talk to him. Are you okay, Yo-chan? Just tell us if you get scared. Oh? He seems surprisingly calm. Isagi stares down at the pitch with little enjoyment in his eyes. Yeah. So many people. So much enthusiasm. 2 teams of 11 chasing a ball and scoring goals. As a goal is scored, Isagi's eyes shoot open with excitement as these bubbles begin to form around him. Whoa. Awesome. In that moment, I felt like my brain had awoken. What is this feeling? We get cuts of Isagi throughout his life, leaving the stadium with a ball, smiling, him training with the ball, watching games on the TV. I want to try that too. I want to stand out there. Now that I think back, that might have been the stimulation of my hunting instincts that Ego talked about. In any case, soccer was fun. and I wanted to learn more about it. To keep getting better and stronger each day, I was absorbed in myself. We cut to Isagi during his soccer life before Blue Lock, such as joining Ichinan's soccer team, his past to Tada at the beginning of the series, and even his sadness at losing on his walk home. But that feeling grew fainter as I gradually grew older. It got buried and almost vanished. My heart was about to die. Isagi then reflects on Blue Lock, including people like Ego, Kunigami, Bachira, Chigiri, Rin, Baro, Nagi, and Reo. He reflects on the moment that he cried, as well as him awakening his ego for the very first time. So that's why, when I came to Blue Lock and met all these egoists, I finally realized the excited feeling from back then, which I almost lost, was actually... We cut back to the match as a loose ball flies across the field. Curiosity in myself. We see Corona and Raichi team up to double team Onazi, resulting in him losing the ball. Yeah, not gonna happen, luminous twerp. Our turn, pincer striker. Damn it. The loose ball flies over to Bello, who rushes into the current play. It ain't over yet, I'll get it. However, as this happens, we see Isagi's aura flaring as his metavision is locked in. That's right. If I don't excite myself, then who's gonna live my life for me? Isagi rushes in and stops Bello from stealing the ball, picking it up in the process. Isagi continues his monologue, closing out the chapter. Adapting to things, smashing my expectations onto others, pleasure, frustration, even despair. All of it. Bring it on. Isagi reflects on his development throughout the series, from his reflexivity comment to Hiyori, to his basking in the glow of Nico's defeat during the Team Y game, to even him calling out Nagi for his genius skill during the Team V match, as he rushes down the pitch. On the final page of the chapter, we see Isagi's eyes flare with a new ego, as he smiles with joy. Give me that soccer stimulation. I want to live on this battlefield, to meet a new me! No break next week. To be continued in chapter 323, titled Daytime Hope. And that was the chapter, and if I'm being honest, I feel like with the events of this chapter, Blue Lock has finally hit a new level of enjoyment for me. Before I get into my thoughts, so I want to remind you guys that if you are enjoying this video so far, to leave me a like and subscribe down below to see more awesome Blue Lock content just like this. Now, there was a lot that happened in this chapter, so I'm just going to go through them in order. Starting off, we got our first substitutions of the game and of the U20 World Cup. Corona in for Chigiri and Raichi in for Hiyori were two subs that I was not actually expecting, but am very happy nonetheless. Both Chigiri and Hiyori didn't do much this game, with Hiyori only having a single cross at the beginning of the match and Chigiri having his rush to help Isagi later. So I can kind of understand why they got subbed out. I like that both Corona and Raichi also got involved in this chapter, aside from just having their moment being subbed onto the pitch. I was a little bit shocked to see Corona being subbed on this early in the U20 World Cup, but I am kind of happy to see him on. Especially with Isagi having the ball at the end of this chapter, I could totally see a Planet Hotline occurring during the next one. Maybe an Isagi goal too? Who knows? We also got a formation change for our Blue Lock team, giving us the most defensive formation we've ever seen, I think excluding Ubers in the NEL, with a 5-back, 4 in the middle, 1-up formation. Now, judging off of what we see in this chapter, along with just general speculation, it seems that Bachira dropped back to be a wingback and Isagi dropped to be an offensive midfielder to provide Blue Lock a defensive and kind of build-up strategy. I mean, with Corona now taking Chigiri's place and Raichi joining Karasu as a defensive midfielder, it gives Isagi the ability to build up plays with Corona while keeping their defense on lock. Speaking of, I kind of want to address the Isagi hate I've been seeing recently on social media. Many people wanted to clown on Isagi for his comments during the last chapter since he's talking all big, but he didn't score a goal, and many people feel that he doesn't deserve the right to talk as if he's the best striker when he hasn't really performed like one. And in my opinion, I feel like that's disingenuous to him as a character. Isagi has an assist under his belt. He has been a key role in the kickoffs towards several goals like Bachira and Rayo's goal, and he was supposed to score the last one if not for Rin stealing it, which Rin directly says, by the way. I plan on talking about the Isagi isn't a striker topic in a future video, so please be excited for that when it comes out. Now, the next thing I want to talk about from this chapter is the Isagi backstory, because it's the first Isagi backstory we have gotten in the series. I know, it's kind of crazy that over 300 chapters have passed by and we haven't gotten a backstory for our main character yet. But I really enjoyed how this chapter tied into the Isagi light novel, which is canon, by the way. The reason why Isagi was crying due to the mosquito was due to his heightened sensitivity as a child, which we see adapted to become his spatial awareness as he grew up. We get some extra content and details on this thanks to the additional time of season 2 with a conversation between Bachira and Isagi's mothers. And since a lot of people actually haven't read the light novels for the majority of the Blue Lock series, I'm glad that this chapter kind of adapted that canon content into a more mainstream outlet. Speaking of his backstory, seeing Isagi's original aura be these bubbles from him uncovering his ego is actually really cool to me. And it makes me wonder how this bubble manifestation kind of ties into his puzzle piece manifestation that we know of. Because Isagi developed these puzzle pieces because of Blue Lock, and from translations, we learn that his ego that he acquired from Blue Lock does essentially correlate to his origins for soccer. So I kind of wonder how this will relate to his Omnivision ability or future performances in the story. I know that his bubbles may not seem that important, but with a psychology manga like Blue Lock, symbolism holds so much value, so I kind of wonder what these bubbles mean. Now, as for my predictions with the next chapter, with it being titled Daytime Hope, I don't really have anything that kind of correlates to the title. My biggest prediction now with Corona on the pitch is a Planet Hotline team up during the next chapter, especially since Isagi has dropped back to the midfield. He can easily link up with Corona if needed. Aside from that though, I don't really have any kind of core predictions for the next chapter, so please let me know yours down below in the comment section. And with that, those were the events of Blue Lock chapter 322. Now, we currently are not on a break week this week, so the leaks and the official releases for the next chapter will be dropping around the same scheduled time as always, with the leaks dropping around Sunday night from 10 p.m. EST to around midnight, and then the officials dropping between 11 a.m. to like 5 p.m. on Tuesday. But aside from that, I hope you guys did enjoy this video and will continue to enjoy it in the future. I also want to leave a reminder to join my Discord server if you're ever interested in getting any more involved with our amazing community. As for the question of the video though, what would you rate Blue Lock chapter 322 on a scale of 1 to 10? Leave me your thoughts down below in the comment section. And like always, thank you so much for watching. I've been Aero, and I'll see you all in the next Blue Lock video.